First time that I walked on set it felt like the Thunderdome, like Mad Max. Like I actually for a second said like, what the f are we making?
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
Hello, GQ. I'm Walton Goggins.
And I'm MacLachlan.
My name is Aaron Moten.
Oh, gosh.
Think quick, man.
Moisés, that's your name.
Yeah, I think that's the only left.
And these are the biggest moments from Fallout Season 1. The first bomb drop. This is in the year 2077. A lot has kind of been happening in the world. Cooper Howard is a kid's entertainer for birthday parties. He's there with his daughter. It's kind of alluded to that he was somebody else, somebody kind of famous before. And he does this great rope trick, and it's such this beautiful, beautiful scene that Jonathan Nolan is directing the episode.
That's right.
They're not talking a lot because I'm really the only person in the scene.
Alive at this point.
I don't hog the conversation. To really see the world before these bombs dropped, and it's this retro futuristic kind of Jetsons world, a nod to 50s Americana. All of a sudden this news report comes on about the possibility of nuclear war.
We're only thinking happy thoughts today.
The adults get a bit upset, they turn it off, and I'm having a conversation with my daughter, and then she asks me,
Is it your thumb or mine?
if you see a cloud that is smaller than your thumb, run. If you see a cloud that's bigger than your thumb, don't run, because there's no bother running, right? And then I look, and then it just happened, man. I didn't realize, like in that moment, that I was gonna get to experience the ending of the world for the audience.
The look on your face and your reaction to what you were seeing
Very kind
was
of you, sir.
very powerful. And I think, there's a lot of times you see nuclear explosions and things like that, and you have a distance from it as an audience. And in this case, I felt like it was happening. I don't know if you all felt the same, but it was like, I felt that terror and that moment and what it meant, and oh my God, all the things that you were feeling.
And being
a beautiful job.
Parent, and what would you do kind of in that moment? What was so interesting about that one moment, it happened, we're looking at it, and then he calls for the shockwave, and the shockwave kind of comes. We didn't know that at the time, we just reacted the way that we reacted, and then he blew the glass out. It was so visceral, being with a child, being a parent. Like, it speaks for all of us that have children. And it set the tone for the whole show. You think it's gonna be serious, and then it becomes something completely different.
The wedding, Hank. Sorry.
Wait a minute, I didn't know that Christopher Walken
He
was
makes a
in the
brief
show.
appearance. Okay, so the wedding, kidnapping.
Where are you taking him?
To the real world. You should see it sometime.
Hank is the overseer of Vault 33. He is kind of like the mayor of this community that has been sequestered underground. A vault, one of many vaults that contain people that are actually waiting for what's happened on the surface of the planet to finally clear up, and they can return triumphantly and restart humanity. When we meet the vault dwellers, we're on the cusp of the wedding of my daughter, played by Ella Purnell as Lucy. It's a very big moment in the vault world because it means there's going to be a mingling of two different tribes. So another vault is supplying the groom, and we are supplying the bride. The other vault dwellers arrive in a big ceremony. They come in, everything seems to be going well. My daughter is very excited to meet the young man who she's going to marry, who turns out to be very handsome. It is a little bit biological, very biological, in fact. It's really just, we need two people who are young that can get together and make babies.
So what's your sperm count?
And suddenly the world gets tilted, and you realize that this is not a wedding ceremony. This is actually a revolt.
Now, after 200 years, we don't know much about what's up there. Desperation, violence, lawlessness.
What I knew about Norm was week to week. It was script to script, I didn't know where we were heading or what was around the next turn, but I'd say that Norm was the only one seeing that these vault dwellers seemed a little different than us. And not only in their own way, but sort of like they might not be fitting into their clothes, like not what was proposed.
Bad table manners.
Yeah, bad table manners. I think Norm, given the chance, goes checks what and how 32 was left, where these people came from since the door remained open. And seeing what had happened in there seemed like it didn't happen overnight.
They're raiders. They've come in and they're going to destroy this vault. And so you see that our vault is ill-prepared for this kind of warfare. This is not how they were brought up. But during the course of that, my character of Hank is captured. We don't know why he's being captured. All we know is there's a vibe in there that something has gone on before. Hank has another life and we get a sense of it, but we don't know exactly what it is. He says goodbye to his daughter and is dragged out of the vault, and the vault is destroyed and left in shambles.
About that vault, because Jonathan Nolan played this game a lot, was obsessed with this game. They covered every single detail that they possibly could. They were so specific, him and Howard, about building out those vaults, because it's the first vault that we see,
yes.
right? The very first one that we go into. First time you see life inside the vault, and more importantly, it's the first time you see literally the people that are going to inherit the earth. But it really is about, okay, well, if we can stay down here long enough, this is the life that we know. This is how peaceful this life is in the vault. And we are the people that are going to take over the world and inherit the world.
This is also the first week, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the first week of shooting anything of our show.
Yeah.
So you guys shot all this material.
Yeah.
I came to set and watched you guys a couple of days. Did you go there?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I mean, what you're talking about is amazing. The detail in the set. I mean, because I went around looking through paperwork, and all of it has some type of data.
Interesting.
That's appropriate for that level of detail. Loose papers that aren't getting flashed for the camera. It's just
Well, they wasted their time because nobody read those papers. Honestly.
Maximus gets his power armor.
God, okay, I want to know.
I've been in the hole,
about
but
the
I
suit,
can't
man.
move in the hole. Yeah.
The suit, okay.
I'll tell you about the first time. I mean, we did this beautiful thing in our show where, I don't know if you guys thought this too when reading it, but I remember thinking like, oh, we're not wasting time. Most storytelling will show someone wants something like a suit like that, and it takes them a whole season to get it.
Right.
It's so quick that we get to this moment of Maximus even having the suit open and looking and touching it and trying to climb into it. But it was also us needing to figure out how to make the suit work. I mean, we had all these different versions of the suit. We have the full 6'5" stuntman suit. We have the top half with the motorized helmet.
And then they took all your measurements for this too. Did they do that or no?
Oh my gosh. I mean, a little, but they just were like, will it fit? It was like getting stuffed into this thing. I mean, I remember the first takes of me trying to climb into the suit, and I would force myself in because we wanted to make the shot work. And then I'd be sitting there like, help me, help me out, because I'm stuck.
A vertical coffin.
A vertical coffin.
Yeah.
It's the heaviest thing. I mean, the other people have gotten the opportunity to wear the suit too, and they know.
I will wear the upper half, but the stunt gentleman, I remember his name, that had the whole thing and actually had to walk it.
Adam. In our first season, Adam.
Holy smokes, because the weight of it was significant.
Yeah, 100 pounds, that whole suit.
Really
I can tell you, it took me 2.5 hours to go through that makeup every day. I put that suit on one time, and I thought that I was the one sacrificing the most. But I'm not, man. It freaked me out. That suit freaked me out.
Well, oh my God, what you went through. Jeez.
Keep saying it. It was a lot. It was a lot, wasn't it? The thing is, and I've never seen it because it's only when other people are looking at it, right? You guys have seen it because I didn't think about that. Of course, we've all worked together, but we've never talked about the nose. I mean, is it distracting? Because I have all the prosthetics on up until except for the nose, which is like this, and the nose is out, right? And then there are
There's
4 dots.
The dot.
And I've never seen, I've seen it like in the moment, but I never thought about it from your point of view. Is it distracting?
No, I think it works because I think what we should be looking at is that gaping hole in your face. And what we keep seeing is the dots. We're just like, yo.
Is that why you never looked me in the eye?
No, I was watching footage the other day, and there was, it's like when we're in the place of like things are fully finished and things are not fully finished in a scene, it like literally a cut to your face and the nose was still there with the dots, and I audibly screamed.
Yeah.
Like, what was that?
So many times I thought you guys were just trying to signal that, hey man, you got a booger in your nose. The Philly Shootout.
Right off you one of these cherry tomatoes, but you got a hole in your neck.
You know what was really amazing about the Philly setup? I mean, Howard Cummings and his team did this incredible job building in the middle of a parking lot, a whole city. Jonathan Nolan even wanted to have the ability to shoot a lot of us going into that set for the first time. He didn't want us to see it. It was kind of this like weird secret where all we could see was sort of the outside sort of boundary, the wood walls of it. So that is a lot of the footage that he uses of Ella when she walks in for the first time. We shot on it for how long? 3 weeks, I want to say?
Yeah, for 3 weeks. That was the centerpiece. It was the town.
Also the first action we see.
I mean, you've worked with Tarantino. I always called it Tarantino-esque, where it feels a little bit like a trick. You know what I mean? Like we really want to.
There's a certain color to it.
The wow factor.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of shooting. There's a lot of people. First time that I walked on set it felt like the Thunderdome, like Mad Max. Like I actually for a second said like, what the fuck are we making?
Yeah.
What is this? Like this is crazy. These people are bananas.
Were you there for the jetpack stuff?
Yes, I was there for the jetpack
We
stuff.
had
That
a
was
down.
you. You're the one coming in to do that, man.
I mean, it was like the craziest thing in the world where Jonathan's coming over to me to explain to me why we have like these little kids flying around on jetpacks on our stage. And I'm like, oh yeah. Well, he's like, well, the practical element there. It's going to move all the dirt and the dust and everything the way it should. And I was like, oh yeah, no, it totally makes sense. Yeah. I also was making jokes with them of like, can I get in there?
Yeah. And it was really kind of the first time that you, me, and Ella, we all interfaced in that space. It was the first time we were all in the same space at one time.
Yeah, it always made me happy that your first line in reaction to my entrance is, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
It's pretty cool.
It's really great. It's a magical moment.
I wish I had written that. Yeah.
The vaults.
You know why you're in here?
Because I helped my sister escape the vault.
Escape? You and Chet put your sister in incredible danger by helping her out that vault door. The rad levels up there alone.
Worse? You could have gotten us all killed.
After Hank's gone, after they kidnap Hank, and I've helped my sister get out of 33, I think now Norm feels even more of a like emptiness. There isn't really much to do in 33.
Your performance review has been lax enthusiasm?
No, but that sounds accurate.
It was like a performance review is what they
in his performance review, they tell him this and he's like, it makes sense.
Yeah. You're depressed.
Yes.
You need therapy.
Some sort, but not from anyone in there. I think the only person he can really confine in is Chet being his cousin. Huge.
Everyone's your cousin.
Huge. But closest. Confining in Chet, he now can have a sidekick of sorts to help him get the courage, maybe even help him move physical rocks he might be incapable of moving, to check out what's in 32 and what happened, because he saw it briefly.
It's amazing, this inquisitive nature of Norm's, because we were talking the other day about just like how we've all fallen in love with where this storyline has gone, but like it's led all the way into season 2, this desire for survival because survival means more discovery.
If there were any survivors down here, they'd probably open the door and welcome the raiders right in.
There is an element of me actually hacking into the computers, and there is a communication had with props on how many times I'm clicking and the timing of it. There is a choreography to it.
And the information you're being given.
And the information I'm being given,
It's a
I'm
big
seeing
deal.
my mom's name on the computer. I'm seeing all this come up, and that
These are lies. These are you're starting to understand that this is the world that you thought you knew is not really the world that is in reality.
Right. Storming back to 32, now we got to check what's in 31. Last vault that connects all these three. Trying to understand how or why 31 is so special.
One of the wonderful things about this show is all of our guest stars. Chris Parnell was just incredible, but seeing him as a Cyclops fully finished was a different experience than seeing him on the day. He had his full eyes there, but he had this one little eyebrow in the middle of his head and dots everywhere. You have your four dots.
Oh my God.
Dots everywhere to put this thing together because they wanted to let him express so that they could take all of that information and turn it into the Cyclops.
Why didn't they give me that option? But I'm just kidding.
The vaults are a big mystery in themselves.
Yes.
Almost every vault has an experiment. You know, a creature that we've seen earlier in the series, we sort of see like an origin-esque to it. The horrifying discovery of that for Lucy leads her to feel like she's in total danger in this vault. And I think when our characters meet back up in the vault, as I see her with a bag over her head being dragged through the hallway, and I have that moment of, do I stay and watch my I Love Lucy episode, or do I go save Lucy? You know, again, it's that beautiful thing of Graham and Geneva creating this circumstance where really you are meeting someone who's been in the wasteland their entire lives, and like you've given him his first hot shower, comfort.
Yeah.
You know, there was this funny scene of walking down the hallway and stopping just a random vault dweller to ask him what caviar is. Like, I'm just like,
What is this?
I'm so in love.
The beginning.
So now that he has discovered a sort of mystery in these vaults, he communicates with 31 and goes face to face with the vault door and gets it to open.
Oh, he's gonna find out.
We now see that his people in cryopods, and that is where my dad's from.
I thought I was from Tulsa. Shit, goddamn, I'm from Cryopod. Oh well, never mind. With the flashbacks, of course, that we talk about, that we go into, and they realize, oh, he's been around for a long, long time. Wow. How long I've been awake is the other question, though. So we haven't seen Hank now. We saw him in the first episode, and we haven't seen him now. We're finally at the end of the season, episode 8, and you realize he's been kidnapped and he's been taken and he's brought to this location, which turns out to be the remnants of Los Angeles. We're actually up at the Griffith Observatory, which is beautifully rendered. It looks like it's been completely just destroyed.
Lucy.
Dad.
And you realize that he's done some bad things, which comes out. And he's been captured by the head of the rebellion that has come in and taken over the vault, Moldovar. And they have history. Hank is, first of all, he's very proud that she actually made the journey, but he's also really freaked out because he's going to have to try to talk his way out of this. Meanwhile, there is a feral ghoul sitting at a table who happens to be Hank's wife and Lucy's mother, although she doesn't discover that until well into the scene. It's a huge amount of discovery for all of the actors, particularly for Lucy. There is a back and forth dynamic and screaming and yelling, and then the ghoul makes his entrance.
Your daughter said her last name was McLean, Will. I just couldn't believe that it was the McLean.
And peppered in all of this is the flashback to him listening to his wife and meeting you for the first time in the office.
Yes.
So that you realize that these two people have all of this history together. They were both around before the bombs were dropped. I'm sitting there in my wife's office, listening to her talk to these men and realizing that, oh my God, my wife is one of the principal architects for the ending of the world. And then I lose all sense of time and space, and it is soul crushing and shattered. And then I walk into the room and I have my gun. I walk in and I look so fucking cool. And I just walk across the room and I pull up my gun and I say, "Where's my fucking family?" And then Kyle flies off. And then I have a brief conversation with Ella. I invite her to go on this journey with me. The guy that you love is passed out. Fuck him. Just come with me and let's just find out. Like,
Fuck me?
He's in character now. He's in character.
Let's find out exactly what it is, like the origin of your story. Then you wake up.
Then I wake up.
Romeo.
I wake up alone, deserted,
Yeah.
promoted.
Alone, deserted, and promoted. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's just like really dark sort of place. I mean, it's this person that we met wanting nothing but the suit, his entire existence in the Brotherhood of Steel. And now it's like the last thing he would actually wish for, which is this prison, you know.
But you find something. You are credited with finding something.
I'm credited with finding the cold fusion.
The cold fusion, which is the whole thing. It is limitless energy, and society can be rebuilt on it. And then someone beside Aaron raises his hand up just like this because he is the new king.
It's always a good
prince.
It's always a good feeling.
Then now season 2 is coming on. All great moments from season 1, and we can't wait for you to watch season 2.